Hey, what's up, guys? Scavenger Reviews here, coming for another video. We just finished watching the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 movie. Fun fact, this was actually my first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, so I'm a little biased. I really like this one.
I thought it was really good, Definitely had its moment.
Yeah. I liked, so I mentioned this to Zach while we were watching, but I really like how fucking gross this one is. You know, it is gross, it is grimy, and like people are sweaty, and when they're like screaming and crying, you have like snot like dribbling out of their nose and spit dribbling out of their mouths and stuff like that. Like, usually you get all these like big name actors and stuff like that. You got Jessica Biel for crying out loud. They want to stay quote unquote pretty. But this is like, no, let's go in with it, and they do, man. Like I'm saying, like literal like snot drop like down the face.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of Venom in a way. Or I guess Venom reminds me of this, where like the first Venom movie, they let Tom Hardy not look good. That whole first movie, he is sweating, wears the same clothes for the whole thing, and looks like shit and is disheveled, like the whole thing. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
When they allow actors to not look good, quote unquote. What did you think about it?
The character, like, realization of it? Or
Yeah,
just, like, overall?
like overall thoughts, and did you feel the same way, or what were your opinions?
Well, honestly, you heard me during the movie. I was, like, judging everything they did.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like, constantly.
There was some typical, horror movie stuff. He was very much controversial, maybe, but he was very much of the opinion of, like, Morgan. Like, you did what you can, but it's ultimately
Not my problem.
just go, bro.
It's not my problem.
Just leave, just go, get out of there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sucks. And I was very much on
Couldn't be me.
couldn't be me. Built different. Would have survived. I
Yeah.
was very much on the side of Kempo because that's the guy I am. I'm gonna try to do the right thing and, be like, oh, well, I don't know, and blah, 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 and I'll be, maybe tempted to just go, but then, be like, well, we can't just go because, you know what I mean? I'm gonna delegate all that shit, and deliberate and shit like that.
Hey, you're ending up dead. I'm ending up in jail.
I mean, yeah, right?
Because yeah.
Arguably, he might not have even ended up in jail if they
Yeah.
left like
Like,
when
if-
they suggested they leave.
Mm-hmm.
There's no link. There's no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Both in real life, like if a actual cop found her, or in the movie world because like the sheriff would have found her, who obviously is not going to be sheriffy. He's not going to log that.
Nice. Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
take it
look,
with
honey,
us.
we finally found her. We tracked her down. She must have off herself.
Yeah.
That was a dip, just.
Yeah. Spitting it out. Gotcha.
Yeah. Speaking of the sheriff, you liked him in the prequel, and what do you think about? Oh, by the way, so like I said, this is my first Texas movie. This wasn't his first, and the other one wasn't his first. What was your first? Which one did you watch first? I don't remember. Was it the
Either the one
failed
with the
quick time
cousin,
event?
with the failed quick time event,
Yeah.
or the. It wasn't. No. Yeah, I think that was it. I think that was it.
Yeah, the 2013 Texas Chainsaw movie, with the failed QuickTime event. I can't wait to get to that one. I haven't done a video about that one specifically.
No.
Not yet. I mean, I've
Have
talked
you
about
done
it.
The one with like the super dragon.
No, that's another good one. I really like that one.
Yeah, me and you need to do that.
Super. No, I'm joking. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Yeah.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Anyways, but like no, that one's really good. Oh, what I was getting at though is it was my first Texas Chainsaw, but not his. That's what I was saying, but why was I bringing that up?
Because I watched this one after I watched the prequel. Probably.
Ah, yes, thank you. Alright, so what'd you think of the sheriff in both the prequel and this movie? Because you watched them canonical. That's what I was trying to get at, thank you. You watched them canonical, like, he watched the prequel first and then this one.
The only problem is that whenever I did watch the prequel, it was a while before I watched this one.
This is true.
I don't remember much about it, but what I do remember is definitely the Hayachi eyebrows. Like, shit.
Yes, Hayachi Mishima.
The big
Only
bushy
Omi's
eyebrows.
eyebrows. You could, like, fucking land a plane on those things, man.
Yeah, they were very big.
Yeah.
Also, I do believe I remember, like, because it was the one with, like, the two brothers and stuff.
The two brothers and the two girlfriends, yeah.
Yeah, the two brothers definitely, kicked ass and the sheriff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I cannot necessarily remember entirely the movie, so I cannot give you.
Well, that's okay. We're not talking about that one. We're talking about this one.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, so there was Morgan, Kemper, Pepper, Aaron, and then the family.
Yes. And then that one chick that killed herself in the first.
Yeah, but I don't even know what her name was.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unalive or some shit. This is YouTube, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be fine. But yeah, in the future.
Okay.
YouTube will pick that up. It's like an algorithm. Anyways, though, like I said, first movie. Crap. What were we talking about? Oh, the gore is like super gross, right?
Yeah. They
Yeah.
definitely have
Yeah. The fucking meat hooks. Oh my god. Like, stop trying to help him.
I was a little shocked that they didn't show the whole face thing.
Yeah, you don't see the face get peeled off. That was, I think they were just trying to, reserve a little bit, because, I don't know. However, they do show that in the prequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because in the prequel to it, like, he's laying on the table, and you watch, like, the whole process. He cuts around it, and then slowly, like, unfolds.
It, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ugh, gross stuff. Maybe they were trying
Yeah,
to...
you kept, like, every time, like, he
It's
fell
hard to
back
watch,
down
man.
onto... Yeah, every time he fell back down
On the meat
you just
hook
be
in this
like,
one, yes.
Ugh.
Yes, well, because, like, I've never been impaled on a meat hook, not happened to me. I've been impaled on other things. Heyo! Anyways, I've never been impaled on a meat...
Not me, I didn't do that.
But even though I can feel that, like, I can't feel that, but, like, I can feel, like, it's, like, right in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, I can just imagine, like, the amount of excruciating pain, because, I mean, I've been hit in the back before,
Yeah.
like, especially, like, really hard,
Mm-hmm.
but, like, oh my god, that is, like, a next level of pain I can only imagine, and it's so painful to watch.
Yeah.
When he fucking, like, tries to pull himself, like, up off, and, like, fails and falls back down.
Mm-hmm.
I can just feel that. I can feel that, dude. Like, I get, like, it's not right.
She
It's
kept
not
trying
right.
to lift him up.
And
I
then
was just
further
like,
in the
no,
movie, like,
you're not helping.
and she's trying
You're
to,
not
like,
helping.
lift him from his leg, from the ground. Like, she has no leverage. Like, bitch, pull a chair over. I'm sure there's a chair somewhere in that basement. Pull a chair over, pull a box over, pull something over. You have no leverage.
Yeah.
She's really, like, I don't know.
Though,
Though.
she W for her, like, protecting Morgan that entire time. Almost.
Right?
She really was trying to protect him.
Yeah, Aaron was great. She didn't even
Yeah.
like Morgan that much, you know. Morgan was
Yeah.
just kind of like the
Like,
friend of the boyfriend.
First half of the movie, I was dogging on her fully. You know, I did not like her.
but
she
but
was
she
the
came
reason.
around in the end.
She
though.
was the reason they ended up staying in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And then
Facts.
second half of the movie, I'm just like, dang, she's redeeming herself. You know, she's really
Come full circle.
yeah, she's come full circle. She's doing
Nice.
good.
Nice.
Especially in like the end of the movie, whenever she saved the kid as well.
I know. Like, freaking spoilers, by the way. No. But anyways, no. I don't care about spoilers.
We're doing a review on the movie. There's gonna be spoilers.
Yeah. But yeah, freaking awesome that she saves the little kid, you know?
If there was no spoilers, it'd be like a 5-second clip of you just being good movie.
Yep.
9 out of 10.
Good. Go watch
See you
it.
later.
There you go. That's my no spoiler review right there.
Yeah.
I would know. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, freaking awesome that she saves the little kid.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I think it was a bit of a symptom of like, you've got to do the one more thing. You know, you can't just escape, because every movie where like the main character's about to escape, they go back. You know, they go back to save someone. They go back to get something. You know, it was a little bit of that, because like, why did she even run up to the gas station at all?
I would have, yeah, like I was saying, I would have stole the truck. Like, I don't know if he took the keys or anything,
Yeah.
but you see her hotwire multiple vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
I would have hotwired that truck and been out of there if I knew how to do it.
True that. But
and don't get me wrong,
No.
I'm glad she saved the kid.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I am
it's
too.
Great.
But I'm
know,
just saying, like,
I was
don't
like
know.
actively smiling. I was like, yes, you go. You know, you saved that little kid.
exactly. It's just like
It's great.
I
You
don't
know, she saved that kid from like having like a horrible life. You
Yeah,
know? There's
living
literally no
with
way
that.
to
There's
like
no
have a
like,
positive life. You know.
there's no good part of what they did or what they do.
Nope.
There's no good part about it. So that kid would have lived
A
nightmare,
horrible life.
bro.
Yeah, horrible life.
Yeah.
But oh, and fucking running over the sheriff. I
Yeah,
love that shit, bro.
really hit the triple tap on that one.
Yeah, not a single, not a double, a triple tap. Yeah,
Mhm.
love it, because like I've talked about it in some of my other videos and stuff like that. I love the killer that can be killed. You know, I don't
Mhm.
want to see some imposing. Like, well, I mean, sometimes I do, but I don't want to see some like immortal, unkillable thing, because like that's impossible to fight back. You know, I love the killer that can be killed.
They did
And-
display that great in this.
Yeah, I mean, like Leatherface, for instance,
Bro,
stumbles and
Yeah.
falls, and then
lost an arm. Cut
he lost
himself
an
in the
arm. He
leg.
cut himself in the
Actually,
leg.
he actually showed pain. Like
Yeah.
you could see that he was hurt. Like
Was funny.
in a lot of other movies, like they just are unfazed, and it's just like, oh
Exactly.
shit, you hit me in the face. No, I'm chilling.
Yeah,
But no, Leatherface actually showed pain because he's human.
Yes, and
You
I
can tell
love
that.
that. I love
Yeah.
that so much. Exactly. There's actually minor spoiler for the 2022 movie, which is I think a good movie, but kind of does exactly what we're talking about. In that movie, Leatherface like is able to just take shit and keep running. He literally gets shot in the shoulder with a shotgun, and just like ugh, and then keeps running.
Yeah, no.
Like, you're not Michael, bro, you know? Like, the reason I like Leatherface is everything you just said. He's human, you know? He's like a person, you know?
Yeah.
You can technically make it out of there, and that's what makes it so much more intense, is you do have a chance.
Yeah, because there's actual hope. Like, whenever you're watching any of, like, the Friday the 13th movies and stuff, you're not necessarily... They don't necessarily have much hope due to the fact that...
Are you about to disrespect my Friday the 13th?
No, I'm saying because...
My Mr. Voorhees?
Because Jason
Daddy
is
himself?
such an imposing force due to the fact that, like, he doesn't die, per se.
Yeah. Well, he
But-
does until he doesn't
yeah.
anymore.
He dies
And then he dies
until he
sometimes.
comes back, and then he dies again to come back again. I don't know. It's
Well, he
just,
only dies like 2.5 times.
how do you die half a time?
That's a whole other video. I'm
No, I
I'm
know,
planning
I
to
know,
make
I
a
know.
no. I'm planning to make you
Yeah.
know, watch in the future. Stay tuned, like and
Stay
subscribe.
tuned.
You know, I'm planning on
Yeah.
making a timeline video
But anyway,
where I talk about the whole series,
Mhm.
including the retroactive continuity that they established in Jason Goes to Hell.
yeah,
The whole thing, looking at the whole franchise as a whole and making a through line through this very inconsistent timeline.
very entirely.
Let's see.
But anyway, what I was saying is I do enjoy the fact that you can tell that he's in
Yeah, he's human. He's in pain. I
Yes.
love that.
Yes.
Speaking of Jason, that's why Part 2 is my favorite Jason movie.
Yeah.
Because that's before they turned him into Michael. Because I love Jason, you know, but like they have been ripping off Halloween since the beginning. They even admit to that if you watch like the interviews and like seriously. Like I was listening to the commentary on the first movie and they were like, Halloween just came out and the studio wanted that, and we said, how do we make a Halloween movie but make it our own? You know, I mean, it's like not even subtle. But in the beginning, they did have something, you know, and then they turned him into Michael for a while, but then they turned him into a zombie, and it got good again, you know, because I like zombie Jason. I don't know how anybody else feels. How do you feel? Do you like zombie Jason?
I don't know.
Not sure how you feel. Well,
He's
that's
just
okay.
always been Jason.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Like he doesn't even show up until like I think the third or fourth movie.
Well, he's in the second movie. It's the third movie that he gets the hockey mask.
Yeah.
Have you
Yeah.
watched Friday the 13th?
I've watched them.
Didn't you watch that whole series marathon
Yeah,
we
I
did?
watched them all.
I thought so. Because you watched like all the Fridays,
Like the
but
first
you
movie,
fucking
he's
bitched
not
out
even-
on Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street was too scary for him. Fucking
It
flaming you on live, like caught in 4K right quick.
I don't even know what part I left on.
I don't know, man.
I don't even know.
You watched the whole first movie, and the second. I don't know if you got through the second. Now I don't like the second Nightmare on Elm Street. We're so off topic. Anyways, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2003, really good. I really respect the movie. I like the color grading. The color grading
Yeah,
is
you
very
mentioned
dreary and drab, and it's got a lot of blues, a lot of like kind of yellowish browns and grays, you know.
It almost looked like it was being recorded. Like you could tell it was being recorded.
With the camera work?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like some shaky cam and stuff like that. A little too much shaky cam whenever like there's like direct confrontation between Leatherface and like one of the human characters. It kind of felt like a crush to me, to be honest. If you know, just to make it seem more impactful when really like Zachary, give me your arms. When really it's more just like you know this. But the shaky cam is like going fucking nuts, so it makes it look really intense when it really is just, you know, you
Yeah.
know. Just shut up.
That's what you did.
I'm leathering it. I'm leathering it.
I'm massacring it. I'm
Massacring
massacring it.
Damn. Massacre that. Hey. Anywho. I've been Scavenger Reviews. That's pretty much all I wanted to say. Definitely go watch it. You know, I give it...
Yeah.
As itself, I give it like a 6 out of 10, but out of the series, maybe a 7 out of 10. I know that sounds kind of weird and contradictory, but hey, that's what I think. I don't think it's the best movie of all time. It's not even my favorite Leatherface movie. That would probably go to controversial take, not the first one. Leatherface 3, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the one with the super dude, the black guy.
Yes. No, I agree on that, honestly. I agree on that standpoint.
I'm sorry, you know.
I agree on the standpoint.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, the only one that there's only 2 in the series. You haven't seen either of these, so I won't talk too much on them. But there's only 2 in the series that I think are actually bad and, like, I detest, which is the Texas Chainsaw 4, The Next Generation.
Only showing me the good ones, huh?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I'll show you the bad ones if you want. Maybe we can watch The Next Generation. You want to watch?
Oh boy.
You want to watch fucking Matthew McConaughey scream his head off for like an hour and 42 minutes at the top of his lungs, and like Renee Zellweger try not to act as much as she can?
No, I'm chilling.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's not do that then. It's fucking horrible.
You know,
And
completely off
Leatherface,
topic.
the 2019. 2019? Yeah. Was it 2017 or 2019? I just know for a fact it wasn't 18.
I don't know.
I want to say it was 19. Anyways, but the French one. I fucking hate that one. That's a bullshit movie. It makes me angry. And they put the wrong kid as fucking Leatherface. It's horrible. You should have never done that. It's stupid. Fuck you, French guy who made it. Anyways, this one's a good one. I'll keep showing him the good ones as he goes. What other movies you've seen? You've seen this one, the prequel to this one. So Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the
And then
beginning.
the Super Black.
And the third movie, the Super Black Guy. You've seen the one with the cousin. That was the 2013 Texas Chainsaw. And you've seen the first one, the 1974, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Possibly.
Yeah, so you just got 2, 4, Leatherface 2019,
Inspired by a true story.
yeah, Leatherface 2019, and the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
We're working our way through.
Getting there.
Just wait until you see Leatherface and drag in the Next Generation.
Slay.
Yeah. Leatherface literally be like slay.
Yeah.
Because he kills people. Anyways, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I've been Scavenger. This is Little Scavenger. And let us know what you think. See you later.
See ya.
Peace.